Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from AlphaAnthem.
Can we talk about how men don't offer to buy girls drinks at the bar anymore?
Nah.
I've been single for 6 years, and I can count on one hand how many times a guy has offered to buy me a drink. But it's not just that, it's guys coming up and approaching girls in general is so scarce these days. I'm like, we as women have almost made it where we're like, leave us alone, so much to the point that they really are.
Exactly.
And they all just want to like slide in your DMs, but would never approach you in real life.
Women created this game, created this landscape. Men just navigate through it.
Years of nonstop men bashing finally delivered the knockout punch everyone pretended wasn't coming. Men did the math. Low reward, high risk of humiliation, zero upside. They built lives that don't need female validation to feel complete. So now she's mourning the exact chivalry she helped kill.
Juice just ain't worth the squeeze. Women are beautiful. Some are not. Neither of those are actually worth squeezing.
The old school flirty eye contact, the free drink, the confident approach, but forgot that came with women being open, smiling back, giving grace instead of instant contempt. Now the bar's full of women wondering where the men went, while the men are wondering why bothering feels like a trap with no reward.
Yeah, back in the day there was grace, wasn't there, right? When women, like, oh yeah, they didn't think so ill of men. Now they just literally think all men are predators, all men care about is sex, all men want to do is attack you and grape you. That's what they feel about men. That's why they don't give men grace anymore. They just are constantly on guard.
She helped create the drought, then acts surprised, the well ran dry. Years of bashing men paid off exactly as advertised. They're not approaching anymore, and a lot of them are happier for it.
So I have accepted the fact that I'm going to be single my whole life at this rate. Because all the guys I find cute, well, turns out 5,000 other baddies find them cute.
Oh,
and
shit.
Baddie inflation is too real. Everyone's a fuck-ass baddie nowadays. I just can't compete, bro. Like y'all can have them. I'm out of here. I'm good.
At least she knows she has to compete.
Okay, so how come, like, when you're single and dating and talking to someone, why is Elton John Christmas music playing? Anyway, why do they always ask, what are you looking for? Also, I spilled iced coffee. Please don't mind that stain. I'm looking for a husband. I'm old. I'm 41. I'm obviously looking for a husband.
If you are single,
We thought you were for the streets, and the streets how you belong. So we just assumed you wanted street activities.
A woman living in Toronto, you need to come to a landscape show because the men here are thirsty AF, okay? So if you're a single woman in the GTA and you haven't gone to a landscape show, you need to. Just go. You'll find a husband instantly because they're thirsty, all of them.
And they just make shit up. You'll find a husband instantly. Have you found one yet?
Staring. But you said you want, like, fuck the finance bros, guys. This is where the money's at. Landscape show.
So the usual places for getting approached, apps, bars, social media, even church for some, are dry as hell for finding husband material. So the fix is to physically relocate yourself to testosterone-heavy zones and hope proximity turns into pursuit. Some poor guy in work boots is trying to figure out which extension cord won't fry his mower, and suddenly there's a woman in full makeup hovering nearby, asking for help with something she clearly doesn't need, batting lashes, hoping he'll take the bait and turn it into a date. But as you guys know, most men just want to get their stuff and leave, grab the material.
Well, I mean, we're at a show. When it's like a convention type show for our little nerdy, little niche stuff. I peruse for a while, especially if you go to the car show, anime show, things like that. I'll probably be there for a while. Just saying. Landscaping show. I think a lot of these landscaping bros are probably going to be there for a little bit looking at all the cool stuff.
Pay, go home, build, or fix something that actually listens to them.
Dating sucks so bad. Like so bad. In the last couple of weeks, I went on 2 dates that I thought went exceptionally well. And trust me, I have been on quite a few bad and mediocre dates. So I know the difference between a really, really good date and a not so good one. And like I said, yeah, they went really well. I mean, leaving the date, when can I see you again? Let's plan a second date. All to just within the days following, just be like, no, actually, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not interested in seeing you again.
Just because you think it was a good date does not make it seem like they were good, that they felt the same way.
So discouraged. And I feel like I have nobody to relate to because I am the last single friend. Nobody knows what it's like to be in my position, to be 30 and single and watching all your friends get married and have babies and have their second baby. This season sucks so bad. The desire for love and for marriage and for a family and for kids, it's hard when it's so strong and you're watching everybody else around you get that and you're not, and you feel behind and you feel left out.
She says she had great dates, but they end up ghosting. But the cold, hard truth is those dudes who bailed after a killer date, they had serious options. They're not the desperate types scraping the barrel. They're the ones with full inboxes, multiple women on deck, enough abundance that one great night doesn't lock them in.
Well, remember, a great night for these women might be a shitty night for a lot of these chads, right? Or a normal night for these chads. They're like, yeah, it's whatever. Where hers, oh my God, he did all these things for me. Oh, he's so hot. And it's such a great day. Yeah, men are just like, eh.
She's hot enough to pull these high-value guys for the first date. Chemistry crackles. They leave excited because she's probably fun, attractive, engaging in the moment. But then they go home, scroll through their rotation, compare her to the other prospects who might check more boxes or come with less perceived baggage, and decide no, not committing to this one. The brutal irony is she could probably lock down a solid, loyal, available guy in a heartbeat if she wanted, but she's still subconsciously fishing in the Chad pool where options flow both ways. She gets the exciting dates because she's competitive in that league, but she doesn't get the follow-through because those same men are juggling 3 or 4 women just like her.
I'm currently on my way home from a date. First date of 2026. And I have no problems posting this because he told me he doesn't have TikTok. And honestly, even if he did, I wouldn't give a fuck if he saw this. Because this man decided to psychoanalyze everything about me.
That's literally what women do to almost every single date.
Everything. He and I met in the wild. We met playing kickball. And we had a really great time. And I was like, oh my God, he's like kind of cute. And like we were having fun. So we decided to go on a date. So we did. And as the date's going on, we're having a lovely time. I'm having a great time. But then he starts getting a little drunker. And that's when the truth starts to really come out. And he was like, psychoanalyzing me. And literally was like, I bet you're on anxiety meds. And I was like, yeah, I am. Like, how'd you come to that conclusion?
Because it's true. That's why I'm so mad.
He's like, you just give those vibes. He was like, you're clearly a very sheltered person. You're clearly somebody who thinks you know everything and like
Correct.
has seen the world, but you don't know anything.
Yeah.
Then trying to question me, oh, how many relationships have you been in? I'm like, that's none of your business. He's like, I bet you've been in a lot of situationships, but don't ever have a boyfriend. And I was like, wow, you really just have me all figured out.
Yeah. Yeah, we figured out a lot of you girls real easy, real quick.
So we're starting the year off really strong. And I wish I could like make this funny.
She says it like as if like it wasn't true, but she couldn't say that it's not true because every single thing he psychoanalyzed was 100% spot on.
But at this point, like it's not funny. It's just mean.
That dude wasn't pulling stuff out of thin air. He just said the quiet part loud and sloppy, all buzzed. Modern women like her do tend to cluster in the same lane. Anxiety meds on board, sheltered upbringing vibes leaking through even when they act worldly. Big talk about life experiences that mostly boil down to trips and casual hookups instead of anything deep or committed. So she decided to caption her post with, "Men aren't lonely enough." She's basically saying guys are too comfy being single, so they don't chase hard enough or commit fast enough or put up with the nonsense she and her friends dish out. In her mind,
yeah, we just don't want to deal with your psycho meds.
If men were lonelier, more desperate, more starved for female attention, they'd be lining up to play the game on her terms. Text first,
exactly.
Carry every convo, pay every bill, tolerate the tests, never flake, always chase, and be the golden retriever she adores.
That's exactly why when women say that exact term, oh, you know, they're not lonely enough. It's because they are so desperate. They want men so desperate that men would finally give them attention. because no one wants to give them attention because men aren't lonely.
All right, I'm gonna get straight to this. I want a partner. I want to find a husband. I want to find a partner. I am ready. I've prayed on it, and I've done all the work, all the self-growth. I have invested in myself to become the best woman, the best version, the best partner, the best future wife. And the problem now is, where are those men? All right? Can't find them on social media. I mean, some women do. I have not. Dating apps are terrible. I go to church, but I don't meet no one at church. I work from home, so I don't step out a lot. Where are they? Are they in the US? Are they in another country? What do we do? Us women that are ready. We're ready to commit. I've done the job.
They just think just because they're ready that every other man is just like, oh yeah, you're ready? Let me just jump right on in. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're ready now because you're old.
Waiting up. And it sucks. And I know other girls feel this.
When a woman starts preaching about all the self-growth she's done, the prayers she's prayed, the work she's put in to become the ultimate future wife, it's all...
She has done nothing. She's literally just thought about these things and just like, yeah, I'm ready now.
Almost always the same story playing out in slow motion. She's burned out from the situationship grind, the hookups that left her emotionally raw, the high-value guys who hit it and quit it, the endless cycle of feeling used and discarded. Now, the attention dried up, the options thinned, the younger versions showed up, and suddenly, commitment looks appealing when the carousel stops spinning in her favor. She's pivoting to the simp market, putting out the wife material billboard for the nice guys, the providers, the white knight orbiters she ignored or friend-zoned for years because they weren't exciting enough.
Again, they always say, I've worked on myself. Oh, surprisingly, you've only worked on yourself after you hit the wall, after all of the attention dried up. That's when you worked on yourself? But did you work on yourself? Or did you like, oh yeah, all of a sudden, you know what? I'm older. I raised my standards. Now I worked on myself. That's not working on yourself. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.